So the Fever can get revenge tonight. They can get revenge. And again, I am sorry about videos being so late. Like I woke up, like I think the 5 a.m. like games, or the games that start at 10 Eastern are killer. They start at 3 a.m. I think it's the last time I'm staying up for a 10 a.m. Eastern time game that isn't a Fever game. I stayed up for the freaking Valkyries and Sparks game last night. I got to bed at 6:15 in the morning. I woke up like an hour ago. And at least, you want to know one of the positive things is? At least some of the talk for the Atlanta Dream and Fever game isn't about the crowd. When you can see Brittany Griner. And I like, one thing I do have to appreciate, the Atlanta Dream, as bad as that owner is, Brittany Griner and Ryan Howard out there signing autographs before the game with Fever fans and in Cambridge, and the social media GMs, instead of like doing what other teams would do, they made sure as hell to see, okay, yeah, our players are being treated great. Brittany Griner getting in pictures with tens of Fever fans, hundreds of them waiting for the Dream players. I actually have to give props to the Atlanta Dream, because that is what the fan base is like. Like that realistically is the fan base. They're mostly young kids, mostly old people. Like this is like, people are saying that, oh, the fan base is bad. Like, first of all, like, there are levels. It is not even as bad as an NBA fan base where everyone's drunk. They're not even as rowdy as an NBA fan base. And NBA fans are terrible. They're terrible. The only good fans in America are college sports fans. And that's the only thing I'll give credit for. And then imagine if you go over to a freaking Leeds game. I'm a Leeds United fan. Like, it is, like, I would love to send one of these WNBA think piece journalists to Leeds, and then have them or write something and have football Twitter set on them. That would be hilarious. But they have the chance for revenge. The Indiana Fever have a chance for revenge in this game. And do you want to know what the good thing is? That you play teams multiple times and you can play them in back-to-backs. You're now playing them in Indiana, in the place where, the owner said, a part owner said they didn't want Fever fans. And also in State Farm Arena, where there's going to be, instead of 4,000 fans, there's going to be 20,000 fans. There's going to be 20,000 fans. And it's funny where it's like, people are like, oh, play every game in State Farm. Every game should be in State Farm. It's like, well, all I'm going to say is, when it comes to the Fever, when it comes to the Dream, they're going to get 5,000 fans max at a game. They can't sell out their 4,000 unless they're playing certain teams. Even though, like, I like this Dream team. I like Cross Mesco. I don't, like, a lot of people, I don't know what reason. I don't, like, what is Brittany, I don't dislike Brittany Griner, like, that much, like, as a player. I think she's okay. I like Bree Jones. I really rate Ryan Howard highly as a player. I think when she's on, she's exceptional. Alicia Gray's great. I know Jordan Canada's hurt. And Nia Coffey's been playing great this year. Like, you got to give credit where credit's due. Nia Coffey's playing great. But they have their chance to blitz them. Like, the Indiana Fever were flat. They were flat. And then maybe they thought, oh, we just beat the Sky by 35. We're the damn best. They're good. The Fever are good. The Atlanta Dream are fine. Like, the Atlanta Dream, people are underrating the Atlanta Dream because, why? They're a bit old. They're a bit old. They lost to the Mystics. But I said this before the game, and I've said this plenty of times. The Dream could go and beat the Liberty and then lose to the Valkyries the next day. They shoot too many threes. Like, as if a team chucks threes like the Dream chuck threes, they can win. They can win any game. As well as that, because they chuck threes, you can't double down on their bigs. And they can dump it down to their two bigs. They're a tough team to play against, and they're a really tough team to match up with. But the Fever can blitz them. And how the Fever blitz them? Meep. Run. They can't live with the Fever running. Whether that be on inbounds. And that's the one thing I didn't like about the Fever the last game, is that when Caitlin Clark's not pushing it off inbounds, nobody pushes it off inbounds. Leah went coast to coast. If they're full court pressing Caitlin Clark and turning this game 4-on-4, somebody on the floor has got to just push. Because that is how you win this game. Because they are an aggressive offensive rebounding team with the two slowest bigs in the league, you just run. Because when the Fever were controlling you can see it in this game. When the Fever controlled their defensive glass in the last game, like, they blitzed them in the second, they blitzed them in the fourth quarter. Like, absolutely blitzed them in both of those quarters. So, like, if you look at these quarters, they won the second quarter by 6. They won the fourth quarter by 10. They just were terrible in the first, and they were terrible in the third. Reasons? They couldn't get their defensive boards. And when they can't get the defensive boards, it's the first phase of their offense is gone, and it's their most effective phase of their offense. They need to get defensive boards, and especially an Atlanta Dream team who shoot the ball in 8 seconds. Like, it's not like the Atlanta Dream are a team that are ultra, sorry, I need to lean back a little bit. My back is killing me sitting here. They're not this, like, ultra disciplined team or anything. They're not a team that's going to slow the game down unless it's to dump into the big. They almost remind me of, like, a Showtime Lakers-ish squad, where it's like, okay, we're going to run, we're going to just get up quick shots, and then if we can't do that, we're going to dump the ball to our bigs. But the thing is, they run double bigs. And we can see, I hope they start throwing at least, just allowing Brittany Griner and Bree Jones shoot the 3. Like, I would love that. I think they went 0 of 3 in this game. Like, yeah, they went 0 of 3. And if you guys didn't see it, the Fever just literally just said, we're going to play them all single coverage. Like, I would love if they just double down on Griner. And because Bree Jones, they don't play, the double bigs don't play in a traditional 3-out, 2-in. They play a 4-out, 1-in, with Bree Jones hovering around the top. Their point guard very rarely hovers around the top of the key. And Bree Jones, if the ball goes out to her, she can pass the ball pretty well. But I'm like, whoever's guarding Bree Jones or Natasha Howard, or Brittany Griner, whichever one of them's in the perimeter, just double down. Like, if the Fever lose because Bree Jones or Griner are hitting threes, we accept that. We live with that. Like, if Bree Jones and Brittany Griner are hitting threes, they beat every single team in the WNBA. Like, this Atlanta Dream team, I don't think they're going to be that great. I have them predicted, I think I have them predicted 5 on the year. I think they're going to be way above 500. They can lose to anyone, they can beat anyone. Like, that's as simple as that. They can lose to anyone, they can beat anyone. And the Indiana Fever have got to know Caitlin off the ball is not the move. And I don't mind Caitlin off the ball. Caitlin decoy is not the move. Like, Caitlin's gravity frees up space, but she's got to be the one to make those passes. That's one of the problems with gravity, is that when Caitlin doesn't have the ball, there's no one that's good enough passer. Or if Caitlin's not directly involved in the offense. Like, Caitlin draws, not only does Caitlin draw a denial off the ball, she draws the help side to essentially overhelp off their player to kind of cover Caitlin. So, but the problem is that in those situations, when she's playing decoy, like if you had, for example, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, a really good player to play with Caitlin. If you had Nafisa Collier and Leah Boston at the same time, you could run Caitlin decoy. Because for a couple of possessions, she just takes them off, she gets out of the way, and you've got a passer in Fee, you got a cutter in Fee, you got a cutter in Kelsey, you got a cutter in Leah Boston, and then you got a bunch of good decision makers that can take advantage of it for gravity. The problem is that to take advantage of Caitlin's gravity right now, she needs to either have the ball or be directly involved in the offense, whether that be as a pick and roll ball handler, whether that be coming off a true or fake handoff. But she has to be strong side. Putting Caitlin Clark on the weak side, the team is not equipped to deal with Caitlin playing decoy on the weak side. And if that's not, ironically, that's not even a Caitlin thing. That is a personnel thing. And at the same time, like, Caitlin does not read. She doesn't have a good enough feel for when to backdoor cut or stuff like that. She does not have a good enough feel for her own backdoor cutting to be an effective weak side player. That's just a fact. But anyway, yeah. A big, big game. Hopefully the Fever can get revenge. And lads, I'm done with those late games. I woke up at 2:30 p.m. I set my alarm at 9 a.m., which is just like kind of my normal alarm. And I'm like, you know what? I forgot to set my 11 a.m. alarm, which is normally my late night alarm. And I woke up at 9. I'm like, I'm so tired. I just went straight back to sleep. I woke up at 2 p.m. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys.